Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, thank you for joining us. So for this video, I let Pinterest decide what I was going to draw, and I was really inspired by this girl holding a bunny. I love the colors, I love the bow, and I love the bunny, so I felt like I just had to draw this. I also tried to color the skin tone a little bit different than what I'm used to, and I started off with yellow instead of just going in with the skin color. Throughout this video, I realized that a lot of my Copic Chow markers were running dry, and the E001 was one of them, and I'm very sad because it's almost like the main colors I chose for this drawing were the ones that were running out, which just tells me I need to buy some more markers and do another marker review. So when I first put down the blush color, I thought it was going to be way too dark, but it ends up looking fine later on when I add another darker skin tone. I'm not going to lie, the yellow looked way off in the beginning, and I was wondering why I even used that color in the first place, but it's honestly a really good color for highlights. When I was sketching this out, I had a lot of trouble with the left eye, so if it looks a little bit different, don't worry about it. I honestly have been trying to capture likeness when I'm drawing, and I feel like I really did that with this picture, so I'm excited for how it turned out. And the proportions don't look too off, so I am honestly very happy with the whole piece, because this day I was just not feeling art, so I don't know how this piece turned out so well. I think because I was forcing myself to draw that day that I was feeling a lot of pressure that this had to turn out good. So I sketched everything out, but I left it and I started drawing like these Stardew Valley things because I love doing pixel art. And I did that night, and I waited till the next morning to actually start coloring on this because I really wasn't feeling it, and I knew if I did this while I wasn't feeling it that it wouldn't turn out how I wanted and I'd be frustrated. So I left it that night and I came back to it the next day, and I think that helped a lot as well. I also felt like I didn't have that much time to record, so I needed to do it that day. And it was just putting a lot of pressure on me, and I realized that it wasn't super important that I finished it this day. So I just waited till the next morning and did it. And honestly, I think the lighting's better anyways, so it turned out well. I also know that when I force myself to do art, it pretty quickly leads to burnout and art block. So I don't try to do that very often. I just knew I needed to get some sort of drawing in for the day, so I ended up sketching. And just so y'all know, I might not have a video over Christmas just because I'm going to be with family for that week. So I'm probably not going to be focused on drawing. I'm going to be focused on them. If I can get it recorded beforehand, of course I'm going to have one. But if not, I just wanted to let y'all know. I am honestly so excited for the sketchbook tour, and every video it gets closer and closer. I don't put all my drawings into a YouTube video, so you will be seeing some stuff that I haven't shown before. I think what took me the longest in this drawing was the dress because there were so many folds and poofs and stuff, and I wanted it to look correct. I think I have improved when coloring skin tone because I feel like for the longest time I was afraid to use those yellows and pinks and stuff, and I just strictly stuck to the actual skin tones. But I think it adds so much more when you add the pinks and stuff like that. So I did cave and I bought the RTX acrylic markers because I've seen so many artists use them and I love the art they created. So I wanted to give them a try, and plus they were on sale, so they weren't as expensive as they normally are. So that'll be coming up in the next couple of videos. I don't know if that'll be before the beginning of the year or not, but we'll see. So this was me showing how dried out the nib was. If you can see, there's not really coloring at the very tip of it. It just looks almost white because it was out of ink. And I did keep these markers just in case I was going to get a refill. I highly doubt I will get Copic refills because there's just cheaper alternatives. Like Ahuhu has so many different options for a lot cheaper. So I feel like I would buy a pack of those before I would refill this marker. I know I haven't been consistently doing art, but these Copic Chow markers have lasted me probably 4 years, I think is when I got them. So that's pretty good. I know if you're using them every day, obviously it's gonna last a lot shorter than mine did, but that's just how long mine lasted. I honestly think they were a Christmas present and they came in like the set of 24 if I remember correctly. But they have the brush and the chisel nib. Also, I know I said I wasn't going to get another sketchbook until I finished the Illo sketchbook and the smaller one, but we all know I couldn't stick to that, and I think I got an Hoo sketchbook that's the same size as my Illo one. My reasoning behind it was because I was going to be done with my Illo sketchbook, so I needed another one that size because I couldn't do the pieces that I could do in my smaller sketchbook, but yeah, that's why I got it. But I won't be doing a video on that till later because I told myself I for sure had to finish my Illo sketchbook before I even thought about opening that one. I am excited to see how markers and colored pencil does on it, though, to see if the marker bleeds through or what happens. I couldn't help it because it was coming around Christmas time. I felt like I should get myself just a little bit of something, so I ended up getting those markers and a sketchbook. So if you're watching this, get yourself a little something for Christmas. It doesn't have to be something big, but it will obviously brighten your mood. And let me know what you got down below in the comments because I'm interested to see how many artists we have watching my channel. I honestly didn't realize just how long it took me to shade the skin tone, but maybe that's why I liked how it turned out so much, is because it took me forever to do. Let me know which one of my videos you liked the most because obviously I'm going to put out more content for that, and I like to do stuff that y'all also enjoy, so just let me know in the comments. Plus, I can never tell if my videos are too long because honestly they used to be around 30 minutes and I've cut them shorter to like 15 because I know I have trouble watching a full 30-minute video, so that's why I shorten them. So I finally finished with the skin and started coloring in the eyes brown because that's what the reference had. And then I started coloring in the bunny's ears the same blush color that I used for the person's face. I kind of wish I had colored the bunny a different color other than white because I feel like it didn't stick out enough, like maybe black or brown or gray would have looked better, but oh well, I'm not too disappointed in this. And the eyes were red on this bunny too, so I couldn't decide if I really wanted to draw them red or not, or if it would look really creepy, but in the end I just decided to do them red. So this is the other Copic marker that was starting to dry out. I kid you not. The largest surface areas I had to cover were in the markers that were drying out. And I tried till the very last drop in this marker. I tried to at least get one run over with the blue because I knew I was going to go over with other colors of blue, like darker shades, so I wasn't too worried that it was streaky, but I tried my best. I think the reason this picture stood out to me, inspired me to draw it, is because of how poofy the dress was and the color blue that it was, because it was so pretty against her skin tone. And of course the bow, I love bow accessories, drawing them. I don't wear them personally, but I just think they look so good in drawings. I know I don't have to follow the colors in the reference if I don't want to, but honestly, that's the first thing that draws me to a reference, so that's why I end up using the same colors. But anyways, I'm just gonna let y'all watch me color this in. So the second color I chose was more of a blue-green and not a light blue, but because my light blue ran out, I was forced to use this one. So it's not the exact same as the reference, but that's fine. I can't decide if I want to add a background to this picture or not, just because it does fill up most of the page, so I don't necessarily need one, but let me know what you guys think. I think I'm going to try to do a background piece mainly in this sketchbook on one page because I feel like I'm not as good at backgrounds, so I want to practice one time before I finish this one. Which I'll probably do a video on that one because I'm going to try to do it in perspective, and I want to show a tutorial on how I do it. Even though I know I'm not perfect at it and I need more practice, I feel like it could help other people. I think my main struggle with alcohol markers is contrast because I feel like everything looks similar and there's not like different tones and stuff like that. But once I add the pencil, it kind of helps break that up and you're able to see more detail. I don't know why I put so much pressure on myself for a piece to turn out perfectly, because if a page in my sketchbook doesn't turn out perfectly, for one, it's a sketchbook, so it's for practice, but two, if I don't like it that much, I can just draw on another piece of paper and paste that over the sketchbook page I don't like. And I've done that already before, so I don't know why I keep putting pressure on myself.
Looking for a cruise for Mayor June. Where did you guys just go? That was so
For the hair in the reference, I couldn't tell if it was a really dark brown or a black, so I first layered a lighter brown and then I went back in with a gray color to make it a lot darker. So I kind of went for the really dark brownish black color. I am really proud of how the hair turned out because I struggle a lot with drawing stylized hair or hair in general because I feel like I put too much detail in it and then it doesn't look right, but I really liked how this one turned out. And I'm not trying to discount my art at all, but I just like to note the improvements that I would make to it because it just shows that I'm learning from this piece. Even if I am happy with it, there's always something I can improve on. So here's where I went in with the dark gray and it sort of looked closer to a really dark brown slash black, and I think it turned out really good, honestly. I was thinking her hair was more so brown, but I couldn't really tell, so I made brown be the highlight color and then have like the gray black be the main color of her hair. Don't count the amount of times I've said I think it turned out really well because I know there's a lot in here. I was just really happy with how this piece turned out, and I'm sure I've mentioned it like 20 times already. Well, I'll stop yapping and let y'all watch the rest of the video in peace and enjoy the coloring. So I lied. I'm talking again. I used my micron for the eyelashes because I wanted them to stand out, and I feel like a dark brown colored pencil wouldn't do that. But I also traced the bow in the micron just because I didn't think a light gray would stand out as well. And I really like how this looked with the white colored bow and gray. It helped outline it really well, and you could see all the details in it. I think in my next sketchbook as well, another goal I'll have is to try to draw more male characters because I feel like I'm always drawing female and I need to get practice in both. I'm actually very excited because I think they're going to start renovating the upstairs pretty quickly, and my room is upstairs, so I'm hoping that that will be done by the end of February at the latest. And I'll be excited that I get to actually put my room how I want it and get my art set up. I even have a desk that's attached to the wall that folds down, so I'll have 2 times more desk space than I already have, which is great. And of course, when I get all that set up, I'm definitely gonna do a desk tour video just because I feel like it would be really cool once I get everything set up. And I need to buy some prints, honestly, because I don't have anything to put on my walls that inspires me, and I think that would be really cool to do. So if you know some people with some really cool shops that are fairly inexpensive, send me their links because I will most likely be buying some prints for my walls. But this is pretty much the home stretch in this picture. I just tried to outline everything, and I used a really dark blue for the dress and then a brown for like the skin tone, the nose, the lips, and I think I used a gray colored pencil on the bunny. Not quite sure, but I think that's what it looks like. And I went back in with the dark brown colored pencil as well and added little streaks of hair because I didn't think it looked enough like hair, like it didn't have enough detail, so that's why I did that. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I don't know why this video has taken me so long to record the audio to. I guess because I've just been working on little pieces every once in a while instead of just sitting down and getting it done. It's taken a little while to record. So I appreciate every one of y'all that have watched this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.